You are listening to a pleasure podcast. For more from our sex podcast collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.
I need to spend time with people.
So you're just basically paying her to talk to you.
I almost picked up, you're not going to believe this, I almost picked up a tree stump on Craigslist this weekend in Arcadia, which is half-hour drive away, just to spend time with someone.
Okay, that is the most pathetic thing I've ever heard. Why would you want a tree stump?
It's uncomfortable to talk about sex, but sometimes it's important to get uncomfortable. Sex Talk with My Mom is the best mom-son podcast about sex.
It's the only one as well.
My mother is a cougar.
My son is a clown.
In a nutshell, my dad died, so my mother decided to create a YouTube channel all about sex, like all mothers do.
And then my son decides to use my material in his stand-up comedy routines.
And thus, Sex Talk with My Mom was born. Welcome to Sex Talk with My Mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm Karen Lee Potter.
My mother, the cougarest cougar of all, joins me twice a week to talk about sex.
Rawr. And my son, the clowniest clown of all, joins me twice a week to talk about relationships, drugs, and of course, our favorite topic, sex.
I thought you were going to say Buddhism.
Well, we already know that goes without saying. Buddhism, spirituality.
Actually, recently it's become Judaism.
Judaism. It could be anything.
Any of the isms.
Any of the isms. Okay. Well, whatever. I was not going to make any kind of judgments on this.
What?
You're a seeker. You're a seeker.
I'm a seeker.
You're a seeker of information.
Yeah. Why? What do you think that? What are you going to judge me about that for?
I don't like zealots.
You think I'm a zealot?
Yeah. When anybody gets too far into one subject, it's like this is too much for me.
But clearly I'm not a zealot if I'm bopping around from Buddhism
all right. So you're not a zealot.
Hinduism, Judaism, Christianity.
You're
basically any of the religions.
Everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are many paths up the mountain, Mother.
Oh.
My friends, we're coming to you live twice a week. And actually, it's not live. We happen to be alive, but it's not live because, you're not tuning in as we're speaking.
I'm actually happy that I'm alive.
Yeah, I'm happy you're alive, too. After looking at you last night from 6 feet away and seeing how close other people were coming in contact with you, I'm also thrilled that you're living.
Now, in all fairness, I was not going up to them.
For our listeners, we do these family dinners, these distance dinners on Sunday nights with the family. And we had one last night, and my mother lives in a building that does not adhere to the COVID rules.
No, they do adhere to it, but they think
they don't do shit.
Once they're in the building, they feel like it's like they're in their own apartment, and they start drinking, and they forget that, I'm not in their pod.
There was an orgy going on in the hot tub.
It wasn't an actual orgy.
Mom, people were making out. I think I saw some fingers flipped and slipped.
Really? You were spying?
I actually can't see. I didn't see that, but
in
my mind's eye, I saw
But
it.
people need to know that I wasn't in that orgy.
Yeah, obviously you weren't in the orgy, but you interact with people who were in the orgy.
Okay, well, I don't.
People are coming up to you, hugging you, touching the dog. I don't like when touching each other's dogs.
Why?
You don't think those things carry all the fucking germs?
That's nonsense.
Everyone's petting your dog. You're petting their dogs. They're coming. I almost started shouting at you, 6 inches away from your face.
They come up to me. I need to know, listeners, sneaky freaks. Tell me what to do when you.
I will tell you what you do.
What? You just put up a hand and go.
You say,
"Back off."
"Excuse me, there's a fucking pandemic going on right now. Get your germs out of here."
It's that, and then and then there's a lot of concerned people for me. And one of the things I wanted to talk about with you is. Did you notice that one guy who never wears a mask, by the way? But anyway, this guy, first initial M, he is such a sweetheart. He wanted to ask me about my surgery, which is obviously gynecological in nature.
So
and
awkward.
He was so awkward. He didn't know how to say it. So he just was kind of like, "How are you?" I'm like, "Fine." I didn't know what he was talking about. You know what I mean. Yeah.
And then he says, he looks at you and he goes, "But how are you?"
Yeah.
And you're like, "What? I'm fine." And then he kind of like points down to your vagina.
He didn't
And he's
point
like,
at my vagina.
know,
He just pointed like below the waist.
he goes, because of and he's pointing at your fucking cervix.
Lack thereof, it's gone.
So
My
that my
cervix
mother
is gone.
had a hysterectomy recently, and how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I had a Zoom follow-up. I love that. And I love not having to go to doctor's office. You just Zoom away.
And you just say I'm fine, and he's like, okay, you're fine.
No, I barraged him with questions, but he's seems to give me the green light there, so I'm ready. I mean, I can't really like full out exercise, like not that I want to, so it's a good convenient excuse. But I can go in the swimming pool, so that's nice.
Just
Which
don't go in
I
that
feel
hot
very
tub. That
comfortable.
hot tub
is
is
a
a fucking cesspool of scum and fuck.
I do know that they have a high chlorine amount in the hot tub, so much so that my new friend, I have a new friend, by the way, you guys. Yay!
I'm so fucking thrilled that my mother has a friend. It's unbelievable.
But you know what happened to her? Her bathing suit disintegrated in the hot tub. I mean,
What?
literally, she said it went from like a regular bathing suit to like a see-through one. Like
Oh my
the
God.
threads started disintegrating. So
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, so they put a lot of chlorine in that hot tub.
Yeah, because people are fucking in there. They got COVID or running rampant.
I don't get it. These people are very smart individuals. I don't get how they just completely. And each time I remind them to step back, they're like, "Oh yeah, I know what you know. You're the one who's And then my boyfriend D's, of course, he's just right in the thick of it, just forgetting about the social distancing. He says he does, but then when I actually like pretend to tape measure like the 3 feet to 6 feet, he's well closer to the 3 than the 6.
It's like you live in a frat house.
It is true.
It's like a really bougie ass frat house. That's what it feels like over there.
There's a song that goes da 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 bougie. Everything in my mind now is a TikTok song.
Jesus Christ.
I
know. Yesterday, my sister's trying to get you involved in politics, saying, "Come on, join me in making this phone bank and calling these people." And you're like, "I'm doing my own activism on TikTok."
That's right.
The fuck activism are you doing on TikTok?
I'll tell you, I thought this is like a no-brainer. Okay,
I saw this shit. Go on.
I'm watching the rally, and I'm watching the
Trump rally.
The Trump rally, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is entertainment. It's like better than the Celebrity Apprentice, but it is also very disturbing. So I'm going to just do a little.
Because it's actually our president.
Because it's actually our president. It's not like some like Celebrity Apprentice thing going on TV to get views and stuff like that. Anyway, so I'm thinking, okay, how do I access my political clout on TikTok? And I got quite a following there now, like almost 3,000 followers on TikTok. Most of my you guys have to go check out my TikTok, and it's Karen Lee Potter. I just like access my creativity there, but I decided to take a little poll. So I take like a little thirst trapping video of myself in a a one-piece bathing suit, very low cut, thinking this is going to be a shoe-in, right? So I put Trump rally or thirst trapping, thinking this is a no-brainer. Okay.
Wait, let me ask you, what a no-brainer, what is the question? Like what do you prefer?
Yeah. What it was just basically, it's obviously, it's a poll. Like which do you like better?
Okay.
I mean, I don't actually, I could have been more specific and
I didn't know what the fuck that meant.
Oh, that could be why the votes are skewed. But anyway, there were 84 votes as of I just checked it right before this. 60% in favor of thirst trapping, which I was happy about because initially it was the other way around. And then the other 40% was in favor of the Trump rally.
We got to get out there to the polls, people.
That's my point. We've got to, and anybody who's a Trump supporter, if you're listening to this, please defollow me on TikTok. I told that in another TikTok post.
Actually, most of your followers, I think, are Trump supporters.
I know, because I made a mistake. I must have put in like Trump 2020 as a tag when I was just wanting people to vote, and I think that brought in a lot of Trumpsters.
Because you are constantly sending us Trump TikToks, like Trump inspired people.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I don't
You
even get
literally
it.
sent us a TikTok that said from conservative lady
All right. Well, I made there was
0548 or
one
something
little
like.
mistake I made. I didn't realize that was a conservative one. I just was listening to the first one. I'm curating stuff for you all the time, and it's hard to
I
keep
know you're
track.
curating. I've stopped watching.
No, one of them was about public speaking. You could
This is what
benefit from
happens
that.
when you fucking spam my phone. You get
I
I
get
don't look at
blocked.
the fucking TikToks
You block
anymore.
me completely. You block me.
Yeah,
You're
I would
missing
say
out on a lot of
I
good
look at 1
information.
out of 10 of your TikToks.
Well, that's a big mistake because you're missing
Your
some
o-
good information.
your other son did not even know that he was invited to the fucking dinner yesterday because he has completely screened your fucking messages.
He screens my messages.
I had to tell him, "Hey, there's a dinner going on tomorrow night."
The nerve,
Yeah.
the utter gall.
Yep.
Well,
Let
anyway,
me let me tell you what's going on in my life.
what's going on in your life?
I am so fucking lonely.
Oh,
It is unbelievable. It's almost comical
it's
how
sad.
little I see humans.
So were you
got
happy to see us
uh,
yesterday?
on the one hand, you're living the life of like a 21-year-old sorority girl, and on the other hand,
I am not living a life of
yeah,
a 21-year-old sorority girl. What are you
that's
talking about?
exactly what it feels like over there. And
Why?
then on the other, people are fucking and drinking and smoking all over the place. People are hanging out. They're
Oh,
just hanging out.
okay. Well, it's open air. I'm not within 6 feet of anybody, and I'm drinking a glass of wine. I don't think that's acting like a 21-year-old sorority girl.
You are hugging and
I
kissing
was
all
not
these
hugging
people.
anybody. One
I
girl.
saw you get hugged by like an influencer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You saw that?
yeah.
Okay. Well, it's not my fault. That was a
All right. Anyway,
I wasn't. Okay. Why are you so lonely? Besides the fact that you're not
so,
partying.
because I'm fucking in Hermitage over here.
Okay, you can go outside.
All my friends decided to go out of town this weekend, so I start going through the list. You know, the other people I know in LA.
The exterior friends.
Yeah, my siblings. You know,
Your
just
sibling is an exterior friend.
no. I start with the siblings. They're too busy for me. They slot me in date. You know, no one.
You're bookended when it comes to them. I'm always bookended too.
So I mean, it's unbelievable. And then I'm on Hinge. They don't even want to hang out with me.
Well,
The fu-
what? I don't even know what's
I
your
don't
profile.
understand. I meet a girl. I meet a girl on here. She's Jewish. She's interested in psychedelics. She's very smart. She's cute.
Perfect.
We would get along beautifully.
And
She goes. She goes. I say, you want to have a video call? She goes. Why do you go? Why'd you say no? No. Why are you on there if you don't want a
oh,
video call?
okay. For one thing, what did your picture look like? Did it sound? It's some
It looks
weird clown
phenomenal.
thing that you're
No,
clowning around.
No, it's not. And I would show you, but I deleted the whole fucking app from my phone. I was infuriated. Because I spend the whole weekend then checking to see if this girl fucking messages me back. She doesn't message me back. It's just a ghost.
I hate ghosting. That is like the rudest thing you could do to somebody. It's almost like a passive aggressive. Did you find out if this girl's a Cancer?
I mean, I don't know. I didn't because we
that's
exchanged about five
that's a passive
sentences.
aggressive. Let's go look it up.
What's going on with you over there?
It's Monday and my nose just started running again.
It's Monday, so I'm a sniffly.
It's all the fucking cocaine I do over the weekend.
I know, seriously.
All right. Anyway, so no, I think like if she's doing that passive aggressive shit, she might be a Cancer.
Mom, I exchanged 5 sentences with her. I don't even think it's considered ghosting at this point because there's nothing to ghost.
What it was a
In my mind,
let's
though,
hear the conversation.
I can't tell you the conversation because I fucking deleted the app.
No, but what's the gist of? Hello, can I see you naked?
She approached me, said your fucking profile made me laugh a lot.
That's good.
Yeah. So then I said, I don't remember what I said. Something along the lines of, I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember. Something about psychedelics or some shit like that. I don't know.
She said, "Do you like psychedelics?"
No, I probably said something. Can we talk about psychedelics or something like that?
She thinks you're a drug addict.
Mom, she's into psychedelics. And it's her career or some shit. I don't know.
What?
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Mom, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
This is someone who I'll never meet or ever talk to again.
Oh God.
So, but let me tell you what I do because I get lonely. This is what I found myself doing. Okay, I start cleaning.
Cleaning is
clean
good.
like a motherfucker. I clean the car. I clean the floors. I changed my guitar strings because they were so dirty. So I'm cleaning. Then I start baking.
Why don't you wash your hair?
Sometimes I took a shower. What do you mean? Why didn't I wash my
Sometimes
hair?
you told me this morning you were very greasy. You had to put on a hat because you hadn't taken a shower.
What, you gotta tell it's a whole audience?
Well, obviously, if you're saying you're so busy cleaning guitar strings, you should have time to clean your hair.
I do clean my hair, but then I go and fucking scrub the floors with my bare hands.
Why are
on
you
my hands
doing
and
that?
knees.
Get a Swifter for Christ's sake.
Fucking Annie over here.
Oh,
It's a hard
isn't
knock
that
life.
for
Yeah.
us.
That's what it looks like for
Oh,
me during quarantine, alone,
oh my
fucking
God.
scrubbing.
I think there's something too, though, when you're alone, wanting to get control of anything you can, which is your apartment. You just want to get control over the organization. If you have all this free time, can you come over and go through 50 photo albums with me?
Not fucking coming close to that sorority that you're living in. Anyway, so I'm fucking.
I'll bring the books to you.
I'm cleaning the shit, and then I start baking, and I start just fucking making all sorts of shit. But you had my baking
It was
last
very
night.
good, actually. That was an individual banana bread loaf. It was awesome.
So these little cinnamon banana muffins.
I have some banana that's old for you too. If you want to make some more.
Any old shit, give it to me. My sister gave me a fucking old peach yesterday. She said I have a purple sphere for you. That was a nice gift. Anyway, so I'm getting into baking, and let me just say, baking is not a fun activity for one, because you come out with this beautiful fucking loaf of banana bread, or these banana little fucking cupcake things that I make. I got 12
Cam, you know what you should do?
12 cupcakes? Well, I'm gonna start pounding them myself. I start pounding them myself.
No, why don't you give them to the homeless people that are right outside your door?
No, I just wait a couple days until I see you, and then I foist them onto you.
Don't
guys.
foist them here. I don't want sugar.
I know.
I don't need these having sugar.
I saw exactly what was going on last night.
What did you see?
You want to share what happened last night?
Yeah. What? Are you talking about a massive amount of sugar that he loves? He normally stays away from it because he's lost like 20 pounds. Did you notice how skinny he is?
I bring out the desserts. I
Yes.
warm them up for everyone. I bring them over there. Everyone gets one little cupcake, and everyone's eating away. And I see you eat half of yours, and then you start whispering to my brother, "Hey, take this, take this."
I know if it's sitting on my plate for more than 30 seconds after I'm done taking bites, it'll be eaten by D's. So I thought I'd pawn it off on your brother.
So you don't want your boyfriend eating it, so you try to get my brother to eat your coronavirus-laden fucking...
Oh, it doesn't get transmitted by food.
Jesus Christ. Where are these stats coming from?
It is not a digestive illness. It's a viral illness for your lungs. And now they're saying in the blood, but they're not saying in your stomach.
You're biting into this shit. He's picking it up with his hands and shoving it in his fucking nose and mouth.
Well, who's doing this?
You know, my brother. Anyway, he doesn't end up eating it. And here's what I'm trying to say. You see this?
What is that? A piece of lint? Hair?
It's a whole clump of hair I just ripped out of my fucking head.
All right. You need to go to see some sort of therapist.
I've been looking into first of all, I am seeing a therapist. And by the way, I don't want to talk. She's phenomenal. I don't want to talk anything bad about her, but I don't like that she's busy next week. What do you mean you're busy?
The whole week? She doesn't have time for you?
She's booked. And so she says...
Well, that's good. If someone has... Because you would think that they'd have a lot of available time right now since they don't have to drive to and from the office.
No. They got people out the asshole trying to get in with them. So I said I'd see her at 9 a.m. on Monday, and she basically was like, mm-mm.
It's too early.
It was basically like, I'm already seeing you on Thursday. You don't need it. And
you don't need to twice a week.
She doesn't think I need it. I fucking need it. I need to spend time with people.
So you're just basically paying her to talk to you.
I almost picked up, you're not going to believe this. I almost picked up a tree stump on Craigslist this weekend in Arcadia, which is half-hour drive away, just to spend time with someone.
Okay. That is the most pathetic thing I've ever heard. Why would you want a tree stump? Why?
Because I'm making a gift for someone that involves a tree stump.
Oh my God. What kind of gift are you making?
But then I discovered that the tree stump is going to be so fucking heavy that I can't carry it with one person, by myself.
All right. It's time to move on to other things. Would you like to speak about porn stars and America's view on porn stars?
Well, so let me, this is the transition.
The changing view on porn stars.
So this is the transition, okay? Wait for this segue. So what do I do with my time besides baking and scrubbing the floors? I start working. I work. Okay. And one of the projects I'm working on is creating a podcast for a porn star. This is a new project I'm getting involved with. I'm very excited about it, and it's things are still in the works, but
It's not just any porn star. It's one of the most
I don't know if I want to
popular
share who
porn
it
stars.
is.
I know it's just a popular porn star, and it's not Nina Hartley.
Yeah, I think it's like the #1 porn star out there right now.
It's pretty cool.
It's very cool. I'm very excited about it. Hopefully, it'll come out. It'll turn out. But anyway, I have to research her. Okay.
Does that mean you have to watch porn?
I watched one video of her doing porn.
And
I'm a much bigger fan of her non-pornographic stuff, like the podcast she's been on, the YouTube channel that she has. And here I am. This is not a good time to be researching porn stars when you're lonely as fuck, because you start falling in love with the fucking porn stars.
oh, you're in love. Okay, here. That's why you don't like.
I'm trying
what
to
she
help
does.
her create the podcast. And
Bullshit. You're just in love with this girl.
No.
Well, there's some irony in this girl too, because we mentioned her in one of the first years.
well,
I'm not giving
Mom,
away
come
anything.
on.
I'm just saying
Yeah,
we
you are, because they will remember.
Nah, I don't think so. But anyway,
Yeah. Let's not discuss this.
everybody thinks it's Nina, and it's not.
No one thinks it's Nina.
Okay. So anyway,
But here's what I've discovered about the porn stars.
what?
I think I'm going to end up with a porn star.
I mean, they are very advanced sexually. That'll be helpful for you.
It's not that they're just advanced sexually. It has nothing to do with the sex, actually. It has entirely to do with the fact that they are people that acknowledge that we are sexual beings. They're not running around this fucking rat race pretending like we're not sexual humans that have sexual impulses. They stepped outside of.
They're able to separate sex and love, which you are not. So I don't understand how you could possibly think.
You're missing it.
What?
You're missing it entirely.
What am I missing?
Our world basically revolves around sex. Everyone wants sex. It's constantly on people's minds. Even with money, why do you want a lot of money? Because it sometimes can lead to sex. We're like animals, okay? And yet we can't talk about it in the workplace.
We were just banned from Instagram because of it.
You can't even put it on fucking Instagram. We're living in such a conservative fucking place that pretends like it's not the case, that it's constantly on our minds. You got these fucking Instagrammers who are basically doing porn on Instagram.
But they're not being censored. I'm being censored. Our podcast is being censored. And we're going to have to get back to that in a minute. But
the porn stars, they acknowledge, hey, we're sexual beings. We get naked. This is what it looks like. And they don't fucking give a fuck.
I know.
They're authentic.
I like that too.
However,
I think that you yourself will have a lot of not ethical, but you're going to have to grapple in your mind about if you do get involved with a porn star, that she is able to separate sex and love, and she will be having sex with multiple people.
Honestly, I was thinking about that. I don't give a fuck.
You have to be emotionally involved with that person.
I don't care.
You're a civilian. You're a civilian.
I would not care if my partner worked as a sex worker and was having sex with other people. The only reason I'd care is because it would be physically dangerous in the sense of STDs.
I don't understand how you could think it wouldn't be.
Well, apparently they're fucking like the same 7 to 10 people in the industry at that level.
Okay, there is also that they have civilian lives as well, and I might add, you're not so like calm and chill. You're a little bit of an anxious mess when it comes to any kind of sexual diseases. How could you possibly be thinking about being with someone who's fucked 1,000 different men or women or both?
I honestly don't think it'll be a problem.
Well, friends, you sneaky freaks, we gotta keep you updated about what Cam's going to be doing in the next several months to a year, possibly for life.
I mean, why are we even? Who says that I'm going to be fucking?
You don't even.
How am I going to be getting in touch with all these?
You don't let me even come near somebody in an open air rooftop. How are you going to come near a porn star?
Because I can put a condom on my little dick and prevent it from getting a fucking rash or something.
Are you concerned when you mention little dick that your dick is not going to match up to the porno dicks that they're used to?
I'm not concerned. I know it's not. And if they're with me they can get satisfied elsewhere. They don't need to. They're not going to be getting They're not going to be with me for my amazing sex or cock.
Well, I think it'd be cool to have a daughter-in-law who is a porn star. I'd be down with
See?
that.
I think
I
you
have,
go
I
along
have,
with
I
it.
have a best friend that's a porn star. I got a daughter-in-law that's a porn star. It'd be cool.
I-
So you'll keep you'll keep us abreast, so to speak.
Yes.
Haha. Cam, instead of cleaning your floors and cleaning your guitar strings, why don't you take out your goddamn dick and masturbate?
Jesus Christ, Mother.
And if you do, use Uber Lube because Uber Lube is the best.
Mother knows best, and that's why she's recommending Uber Lube, a luxurious, high-grade silicone lubricant made from clean, body-friendly ingredients.
And I wouldn't recommend anything that wasn't good for your body. It obviously is going in a very delicate area, especially if you're a woman.
If I even shower, I get some irritation in my penis, just getting a little soap sud in there. With Uber Lube, I've never had any problems slathering that shit all over my stalk.
Your stalk. I like that. It's also great for all kinds of play, like vaginal, oral, or anal.
It's latex compatible. It won't stain your clothing or bedding. You could use it in all sorts of pools of water, including my mother's coronavirus-laden hot tub. Those fucking sorority girls are all sitting in.
Cam, how do they get this perfect lube?
Right now, you can go to uberlube.com, uberlube.com, and you will get 10% off and free shipping when you use promo code MOM at uberlube.com. That's 10% off and free shipping. Go to uberlube.com, use promo code MOM, M-O-M.
And I got to say, kid tested, mother approved. Speaking of breasts and news, mom's news, mom's news, mom's news.
All right, let's do Mom's News.
Okay, so it kind of goes along with what you just said, which was pretty ironic. And this is in a world-renowned, important journal
Oh,
called.
God.
This is from. Let's see, what is this from? The E Times Entertainment News.
Jesus Christ.
And
I don't know
from
why
from
your sources are worse than TikTok.
from Mumbai. Okay, so it's.
Oh my God.
But the question is sex really good for your skin?
Okay.
And I found this to be very helpful because I have great skin and I was always wondering about this. It says, according to a study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine carried out by researchers at University of Michigan, having an orgasm raises the level of estrogen in your body. And since estrogen delays aging, sex, in a way, keeps your skin young, moist, and also ups your collagen levels, which in turn keeps your skin firm and soft. There you go. So how does sex actually make your skin glow? Well, it turns out that post-sex afterglow is a thing of reality and not dreams. The study cites that engaging in sex leads up the heart leads ups the heart rate, causing blood flow to increase rapidly, and that means there is more oxygen flowing in your body, which in turn gives you a more glowing and vibrant skin. And then they have other studies and what. But anyway, my point is that a lot of people say that I look very young for my age, and it could be because of the estrogen levels that are going on with me.
Because you're having so much sex.
No, actually, I can't have any sex. If you remember correctly, I just had a hysterectomy. I'm talking about in general over my lifetime, having orgasms. It doesn't say here you have to have sex. It just says you have to have orgasms.
Oh, so
It could be from masturbation. It could be from anything. So
you're not saying like facials, like people coming
no,
on someone's skin and
I
rubbing
did not
it in.
say that at all.
So this is just the hormonal shifts that occur because
and it
of
makes you have
sex.
better skin, better glowing skin. You know, they always talk about the afterglow after you have sex and you're sitting there smoking a cigarette.
What do you think about my skin?
Your skin is looking good. I think also you have good genetics, basically. So
you think I have good skin, but you're not saying it's necessarily because of my orgasming.
I don't know. Have you had a lot of orgasms in the last?
I think I've had 2 orgasms for quarantine.
Okay, that is maybe why you're so depressed, lonely.
No,
I don't even get it.
I'll tell you why. It's because I haven't seen humans for 1 week.
But why don't you watch porn and masturbate?
I have no desire. I have no desire.
Maybe if you had some orgasms, your hormone levels will get better. You'll be in a better mood, and it will come across that way when you talk to people on Hinge.
You think I'm in a bad? I know. I was thinking this. I was thinking, I am being a little desperate on the Hinge.
What does that mean?
Because now that I think about it, I think the reason she ghosted me is because I accidentally clicked the. I didn't accidentally. I clicked the fucking video call button, and I just started calling her through the
She
app.
got intimidated.
And then I said, "Oops, I didn't mean to video call." I was just trying to see what the button did. I said, "Oops, I didn't mean to video call, but I would do a video call. Do you want a video call?" No response.
That was it. You scared her. It was like a little rabbit. She went chopping
That's
away.
exactly what it
But
feels
you
like.
know what, Cam? If someone doesn't want you for being your spontaneous you, then fuck her.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, it's called the 4 agreements. Number 3, don't take anything personally.
So I deleted all the apps. I deleted
Here we
every
go.
app from the
When
phone.
do you frequently delete apps and then you reinstall them?
I have no apps on the phone.
Not even
I don't
TikTok?
have.
You don't
no
have TikTok?
I
You're
actually do
missing
have
out.
TikTok.
You are missing out because I do a nice dance on both Sex Talk with My Mom and on my recent one, and you are in the one on Sex Talk with My Mom TikTok. It's
I
adorable.
like that you don't even tell me when you're putting me on TikTok. I would like to sign a waiver.
There's certain TikTok songs that once they're in your head, you can't get them out of your head. Maybe
Unbelievable.
that's why I'm in a good mood all the time, because when I get like I'm so overwhelmed with shit that's going on, I do a little TikTok dance and it gets my adrenaline going. It's a lot of fun.
I want to take a quick second right now to say that we have a giveaway going on.
Oh, and we have more than a giveaway. Let's start before you get to the giveaway and explain how important it is for the listeners to have a connection with us that is everlasting as opposed to temporary. If you are on any of these social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, even YouTube, you're at their mercy and they have become so conservative. Even though I have other friends on there that are literally almost completely nude, somehow they have targeted me, and not just me and you,
I know.
us on Sex Talk with My Mom. And
Yeah,
they
I think because I'm
blocked
associated
us.
with you, I get fucking pulled down with you.
Excuse me. It has nothing
Yeah.
to do with Sex Talk with My Mom is the name of our podcast, and that somebody there couldn't have just sent out a message saying, block these people.
It might have something to do with that.
Yes, that's what it has to do with. So meanwhile, if we can't do anything live streaming and we can't, get in touch with you guys, because at any time they can actually take down our Instagram completely, we have a new way. We got a work around the system, as you will. We have our own text line right now, and this is so cool because, well, why don't you explain it?
If you text us at this fucking number,
Which is 310-356-3920. That's 310-356-3920.
you will be entered for a giveaway that is only happening for another couple weeks, and we're giving out a free Lelo vibrator.
Now, as you guys know, Lelo is my personal favorite vibrator for many reasons, not the least of which it's got the best technology, the best materials. It's waterproof, rechargeable. They have an incredible product line that you guys, I mean, I literally could tell you each and every one of those vibrators and tell you which are my favorites and which they're used for. So this is a great giveaway. These are not cheap vibrators that are going to fall apart and you have to duct tape them.
So all you got to do is text us at 310-356-3920. You're going to get a little link to give us some information so we can stay in touch with you. And that way, once you're signed up for our text list, we will be able to communicate with you one-on-one and let you know when we're going live, when we have any significant update. And this fucking service is not going to take us down like Instagram will. So we can kind of stay in touch. It's a safety net for us.
And for our sneaky freaks, of course, because otherwise, who knows what could happen? I mean, they can take down any social media platform, even Patreon, but they can't take down a text.
Bingo. I wanted to read some of the texts that we've gotten. Speaking of texts.
Oh, okay. Then is this on our new text line?
Yep.
I like to hear them.
So this is from David D. So, Cam and Karen Lee, I love your show. So funny, yet it always happens to have a serious vibe to it as well. Karen Lee, I've never dated my own age or younger. It's always been at least 4 to 5 years older. But Karen Lee, I was 19 and lost my virginity to a 45-year-old woman that
love it.
is always there for me in my
Love
life,
it.
Karen Lee.
Love it, love it, love it.
But I totally disagree with both of you and your last guest about sex during a girl's period.
Ugh.
because there are so many ways to have sex and give a woman an orgasm or even multiple orgasms. You don't need to put the penis in the bloody hole.
Okay, well, the way he says that sounds appetizing in itself right there. I think, is that all he said, or is there more?
There's more. Sometimes women just hurt during the time and they want to be pleased sexually in other ways. Cam and Karen Lee, it's great time if a woman is open to exploring other ways. If you want to know 6 wild sex alternatives that I use during period time, but
Ooh, that
also maybe Karen Lee Dees isn't in the mood of this for the same thing in your bedroom, they might work as well. Just saying. Then he gives us information. He offered to do some research for us
what a
and
doll, David D.
keep up the good work. Karen Lee, the mother I never had, and
Oh,
Cam, the little funny brother I wish I had.
oh,
Sweetheart.
David D. We love you, and thank you for sharing your stories about your adventures with older women. Thank you for sharing your stories about period sex. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Cam. When we were talking about the period sex, we weren't talking about all the other ways you can mess around during a period. We're talking about basically intercourse. That's what, or penetration. That's where I was coming from. Where were you coming from?
My response was that I actually didn't want to respond because I have a lot of friends who would be upset with me if I said I wasn't into
Oh,
it.
excuse me. What's the manifesto? Don't give a fuck. You tell us right now. You like having sex with someone, penetration during their period. If you say that you do, you're a fucking liar.
First of all,
What?
you do not get to tell me what I don't like and don't like. Second of all,
all
I
right.
never had the opportunity to have sex with someone on their period, so I honestly do not know. Maybe I'd be down for that. I don't
Well,
know.
Michael Blackson in our latest episode, which if you guys haven't heard or seen him yet, the whole entire episode is on our podcast app, and it's also on YouTube, so you could see him. He is. Oh, you actually can't see him. We are going to put out clips with Michael Blackson, but he talks about period sex, and that is very funny. It's a personal choice. I shouldn't say that you're a liar because maybe you like it.
I have no idea.
Okay, so
And I also think, like, what if she likes fingering during that time? Do I care if I'm touching blood? Not really with my fingers.
well, you put down that sex blanket and a glove, you
Yeah.
won't care, maybe.
What's the problem?
But you don't even have to have fingering. You could just have like clitoral stimulation, which has nothing to do with it. Or she can wear
Yeah.
Tampax.
Who knows? Whisper sweet nothings in her ear and call that sex.
Yeah, some people get horny during their period, so I agree with him on that too. So yeah, it's a whole. I'd love to hear from the sneaky freaks. What do you think about period sex, penetration, just fingering? There's all kinds of things. What he was talking about, D's and I don't have any problem because I have absolutely no organs any longer. There's no periods going on. There's no organs going on. The only thing I have left is a vagina. Thank the Lord he didn't take that out with everything else.
You must be thrilled that you're not going to have bleeding every month.
I had bleeding, and it wasn't from a period. It was just terrible. So I'm very happy that I don't have any of that.
Wow.
But it's a sign of being vital and youthful, and the hormones are raging, and I had my day in the sun, and now that day is at a sunset.
We got another text over here. Good morning. Advice. And then you respond, can you be specific?
Yeah, well, I don't know. When someone asks for advice and they don't ask me anything, how the fuck am I supposed to give you advice?
This person says, threesome. I need talk about a threesome.
All right. Well, we're going to be talking about that and cuckolding coming up, so you can make
Do you have just a quick nugget about a threesome?
Me? I've
Yeah.
never had a threesome, but I would have loved to have had a threesome in my day.
And I have not had a threesome either. So I would say
Baby steps.
we don't have any advice.
I would say baby steps, like anything else with sex. If you're interested in it, you have to find a partner that's willing to or wanting to do it as well, and take the little baby steps. Maybe just sit around and have a drink first, and then make sure you have the communication right up front about what people are going to be expecting of each other and what are the no-nos. Like some
I think
people,
that's actually phenomenal advice, Mother.
yeah, you have to talk first about this very intensely. I know that I've talked about this with other people on my YouTube channel. Just you want to make sure everything is up and up
With all parties.
with all parties, because
I like that a lot.
Yeah, if one person is not up for it, like what if you're a couple and you haven't talked about it, and all of a sudden you're looking at your husband, and he's like having the best time with this girl that and you start getting jealous because you didn't tell him that you were not comfortable with him actually penetrating her. Something like that could go wrong.
Well,
Yep.
we're going to talk about cuckolding
We're going to talk about cuckolding. We're talking
in
about
an
threesomes.
upcoming
We're
episode.
talking about it all.
We got another email here that says, I need someone.
Yep. Yeah.
I identified with this email, actually. I also need someone.
I love there's ever so often, and this one's from a guy named Con. Ever so often, we get people that I think they think we provide like sex and stuff, and so that's why he says I need three. I need someone. We usually get I need sex. I need old lady. We've gotten that before. I have some new updates from Matt G.
Oh, Jesus.
I forgot to mention this last week, and Matt had contacted me after we had a episode of silence in honor of Black Lives Matter. And so I don't think Matt G understood that that's what we did that for. And he took it as a personal affront. So here's what he said. Let's see. Okay. This was on June 14th because we missed it last week. I want to ask you, Karen, does Cam? No, I don't hit on you. I just only email you, Karen. Just not Cam, since I am the new owner of the adult industry and Playboy. I want to share my sex knowledge with you both, and I love you, Karen. I hope you and I can hook up very soon to have sex with each other. P.S. Your sneaky freak, Matt. Then he goes on the next day and says, okay, Cammy and Karen Lee, if you guys don't want my knowledge from being the new owner of Adult Industry and Playboy, just say so. So, Karen, if you want my knowledge, if you want to hook up to have Kama Sutra position sex, just let me know. And so this week on the podcast, you guys put me on mute. I guess he wasn't happy about that. Anyway, well.
Is Matt G really Mr. Bean?
No, he's not.
Who is Matt G?
Matt G, I think has a very vivid imagination. He has a
he's
lot
constantly asking you about sex positions that he wants to fuck you in, and then
apparently
about
he's
the adult industry and Playboy.
No, he's the new owner of the adult industry and Playboy. So it's
What's
pretty cool that he owns that industry. It's pretty wild.
Unreal. Mom, what do you want to talk about Michael Blackson and Dr. Jess on YouTube?
I just want you guys to know we've been interviewing some incredibly intelligent and funny people. And on YouTube, which is someplace we haven't really explored a lot lately, we have a really cute clip from the interview we had with Dr. Jess and us. And so you can actually see us there. And then we are putting the entire podcast on YouTube. If you can't listen to it on the podcast app or whatever, it'll be on YouTube for Michael Blackson. Michael Blackson's little clips will be out this week. So we've been interviewing some really, really phenomenal guests, and we don't want you guys to miss out. So turn those notifications on in all these platforms so you'll hear about it somewhere if we don't get kicked off of the next platform. We have so many fun, exciting things for you as our sneaky freaks to know that are coming up in our future.
Speaking of which, we're going to do our Patreon hangout.
Oh my God, we are. And we are going to do it this Wednesday.
Nope.
No. We're going to do it next Wednesday.
Tuesday, June 30th.
Tuesday, June 30th. Yeah, that's what we had decided upon. I forgot.
At 6 p.m. Pacific time.
Okay, then. And if you guys haven't joined us before, it is so fun. You get to, it's like a group Zoom, and we have like if you don't want to be like seen, you can put it on, just your name or your first name or something. But if you want to be seen, which most people do, it's fun to be able to see all the other sneaky freaks that are out there that are, from every different age and demographic. You guys will get a good idea of who's listening, and we talk about everything.
Mom, do you like that 6 p.m. time slot?
Sure.
Okay, so 6 p.m. on June 30th, Tuesday, June 30th. Join us on patreon.com/sextalk with my mom. We're going to send you a link to our Zoom, and it will be a fucking phenomenal time. Sometimes hedgehogs show up. We play games. It's going to be great.
He's not kidding. There's adorable hedgehog. One of our patrons has a hedgehog that she brings on. A lot of times people bring their pets on, which is to me the best. There's always a pet parade going on in my mind.
I want to thank all of our patrons for making this show possible.
Me too.
You've really been keeping our lights on during this coronavirus.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And also, if you guys haven't already, join us on that text line because you'll hear about everything that's going on. And we do have some surprises coming up that only you'll hear first. And then these giveaways are probably going to be done like once a month or so. And you guys can be entered, just because you'll be one of our texting friends, our texting sneaky freaks.
And that is in the episode description of this episode.
Or it's 310-356-3920.
I also wanted to thank everyone who's been leaving us iTunes reviews or reviews anywhere you listen to this podcast.
That's awesome.
I wanted to read one.
I'd love to hear it.
This is from Raylene Marie, 16. This is the best podcast. I love Cam and Karen, and I feel like we are best friends even though we don't know each other. The banter between them is so comical, and it has opened my eyes, and I love them. 5 stars.
Oh.
Sweet Raylene.
Sweet Raylene.
Thank you. I would like to write a song on my brand new guitar strings called Sweet Raylene.
Oh.
Because of this sweet ass review. Thank you very much. We've come to the end of our show, Mother.
Well,
do you have any last things?
If you guys have any topics or concerns or thoughts, you can still text us at Yes Text Mom. But our new text line is really the way to go. And that's about it.
Hit it, Moot.
And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and having fun deleting appies.
Deleting appies?
Your apps that you've been deleting.
My phone has got nothing on it anymore.
Or having fun dating porn starsies.
Yep, we'll see where this goes.
It could be any of these things.
All
Anything.
right.
Or just go watch our TikTok dances. Have a good time.
I love you very much.
We love you guys.
Thanks you for listening.
Thank you for listening. And we hope that we see you on our text line.
Sounds very fun. Love you, Moot.
Love you.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.